we have been talking about hair care. You know, I go from everything that pertains to self-care. You know what I mean? So lately we've been going back and forth with hair care and some different things in terms of meeting your hair care goals, right? I wanted to talk today about reasons why you're not reaching your hair. Hey, welcome to another video. Welcome to the Bajo channel. This is the Bajo channel, home of self-care, beauty, wellness, and any and everything that'll help you to become the most empowered version of you. We have been talking about hair care. You know, I go from everything that pertains to self-care. You know what I mean? So lately we've been going back and forth with hair care and some different things in terms of meeting your hair care goals, right? I wanted to talk today about reasons why you're not reaching your hair care goals. We talk about stylists, we talk about different things to do, different products. But one thing kind of occurred to me in terms of why a lot of you guys are not reaching your hair care goals. The main reason you guys are not reaching your hair care goals is because you do too much. Too much is happening. You do too much with your hair. Too much. It's overkill. Oftentimes when you just leave your hair alone, find some simple, basic style that is manageable, that is appealing, and you leave it alone, it does so much better. This video, I'm going to talk to you about a few ways. When I say you do too much, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you like 5 or 6 reasons of what I mean, explanations of what I mean. One way you do too much with your hair is when you're using excessive heat. Now, when I say excessive heat, I'm talking of anything that you're heating up your hair, whether it's blow drying it, whether it's curling it. Too much heat. And too much heat is a relative idea because what's too much for one person may not be too much for another person. But my rule of thumb, right? If you have to heat up your hair more than one time a week, you are doing too much. Even if your hair is extremely thick and extremely resilient, heating up your hair more than once a week is too much. After you have heated your hair up that one time for the week, the rest should be a regular natural set, a pin curl set, rollers, a wrap. It shouldn't be no more heat, honestly. If you need more heat after that, you need to go see a professional to help you to minimize that need to put that much heat to your hair. And a lot of times with the tools that you guys are using, the tools have certain settings. And what you think is good, because it might be giving you the look that you want, it may be too much for your hair to take it on a weekly basis. Another way that you guys do too much with your hair is over manipulation. It's like you do too much. You braiding, you're twisting, you got a ponytail. You don't have no kind of breaks in between. Usually with a hairstyle, and especially if it's one of those highly manipulated hairstyles like braids, twists, weaves, things that you have to really grab that hair and put tension on the hair or do a lot of manipulation just to get that style. What happens is sometimes that hair follicle, that scalp, it goes through this transition where a lot of times it becomes calloused. It can lead to traction alopecia. It can just weaken your follicle all around. And one of those reasons is because you don't give it a break in between. A lot of my friends, my girls, my viewers, you guys want to use your braids, you want to use your weaves as a method of convenience. And I get it because it is very convenient. But you have to give your hair rest in between. And I don't mean a day. If you wear your braids for 2 months, 6 weeks, and you want to take it out and give your hair a rest for 2 days, the math don't math. If you have your braids in for at least about 6 weeks, your hair should be resting for at least a week or 2 or more. And the reason why a lot of you guys can't allow it to rest that amount of time is because you don't know what to do with your hair in between. Your hair is not healthy enough to wear it by itself, or it's not in a condition that you can do that. And that is why I say, stop using these type of styles as a cover-up, because ultimately you need to be able to wear your hair, or at least some portion of your hair. At least if the front is out and maybe you need something in the back, or the front and you have a little something in the back, somehow your hair needs some kind of break. And oftentimes, because we rely so much on these, we call them protective styles, but I feel like that term has been overused and overstretched, because there's no protection going on when your hair is still breaking underneath the style. There's no protection, but that's another video. So over manipulation, you do too much. Too much is going on. You got you got the twisting of the hair, you got the pulling, you got a ponytail, you got the wig with the glue around the edges, you got the twist with the locks hanging from it, then you got the braids with the synthetic hair, then you got the weave with the edge. Your hair is tired. Your hair is tired. Another way that you guys do too much is you use too many chemicals. And I don't necessarily mean a relaxer or a permanent wave. A lot of chemicals are in your shampoos and your conditioners and your spritzes and your hairsprays and your moisturizer. It's too much going on. I see people, they have this whole artillery of products. They use this one, and then they use that one, and then they come back and double back with this, and then do this. And it's like, what? Your hair don't know. You don't even know, even if your hair is growing or if something happens to your hair falls, you don't even know which product caused it. You got so much going on. And I get it. There's an overkill of marketing in that space, in the beauty space. Everybody's selling something. Everybody mixing something from their kitchen. Everybody using something. And you want to try it, especially when you have an issue. Your hair falling out, you got issues. You need to find something. So you try to grab everything. I get it. But that's not it. Sometimes too much of those chemicals cause further damage. Sometimes your hair is just oily. It's not growing better. It's not doing better. It's just oily. And I guess that idea of it being oily make you feel happy. But sometimes just because your hair is weighed down with a whole lot of oils can clog your pores and impede growth at its normal rate. So sometimes you think you're doing yourself a service, but you're doing a disservice just by too many chemicals, too many. Another way that I see a lot of people overdoing things with their hair is they shampoo it all the time. You shampoo your hair, shampoo and shampoo it, and you shampoo it, and you shampoo it again. How much shampooing you doing with your hair? With ethnic hair that has tight coils, African American hair, especially, that hair secretes its own oil, a lot of it. And the oil that it secretes, right? Let me retract my statement. Ethnic African American hair does not secrete a lot of oil in general. Sometimes it does. Some people have hair that it kind of secretes its own oil, and it has this moist feel and these moist properties to the hair. But a lot of times, especially that over coily hair, it does not secrete a lot of oil. Therefore, you need to be able to use oils and allow the oil that it will secrete to kind of build up and sustain that balance of moisture in that hair. When you shampoo your hair all the time, like always shampooing your hair, you are stripping your natural oil properties. You have these sebaceous glands. The sebaceous glands are going to secrete somewhat. Even though with the over coily hair, that 4C hair, it secretes, the oil secretes, but not a lot. It's not a lot that you're going to feel your hair being moist. But when you're over shampooing it, you're stripping a little bit that it's trying to do. You need to keep your hair moist, keep your hair oiled, and allow those natural oils to kind of sit in for a little while to kind of give your hair its natural balance of moisture that it's trying to do. It just be too much, and I feel like sometimes it's our anxiety, our need to want to do something to make us feel like we are doing the best for our hair. And so if I just do a lot, if I do this, if I do that, no, your hair does not respond well to that. And you should see. You should be able to see that your hair is not responding well to what you're doing. That's the thing. Don't keep doing something and you see the results. Stop listening to people and listening to people telling you to do this, that, the third. They don't have no license. They ain't been in no salon. They've done 10 people hair, so they think they are a professional, advisor, hair advisor. Stop. Go to a professional and let them look at your hair and see what is going on, because you are doing too much. And last but not least is this excessive product use. My God. The use of products is crazy. It is crazy. No one ever takes into no one ever factors in that sometimes when you use too many products, the cross, I don't want to say contamination, but crossing different chemicals can cause another whole reaction that's not good for your hair. Maybe this product is good in itself, and maybe that product is good in itself. But when you crossing chemical bonds and together, certain ones don't mix well. And now you're creating something entirely different that is no longer good for your hair. It's no longer good for your hair. Sometimes we do too much. And we have to learn how to just chill, stop. And if you don't know, I say it all the time on this channel, and I'll continue to say it. Find a professional, please. A professional. Not somebody who's been doing hair for a long time. A professional. Someone who eat, breathe, and sleep this thing. And they went to school and they've gotten themselves certified to be able to speak to you about these things. They've done a range of different textures and different scalp conditions, and they are qualified to look at your hair, and so almost on site they could tell you. And even with the best trained eye, even with a professional, sometimes you go through different iterations to try to figure it out, because everybody is different. Everybody's hair texture is different. So sometimes you have to do a little customization to figure out what you need and what you do not need. So yeah, that's the rant on this video. Just stop doing too much. You do too much. Relax. You don't have to do as much as you're doing with your hair for it to be healthy. One of the reasons your hair is falling, shedding, breaking, not doing what you need to do is because you are doing too much. Thank you for listening to this video. This is the home of self-care, beauty, wellness, and any and everything that'll help you to become the most empowered version of you. This is the Bajo channel. Remember that self-care, it's the best care. Later.